Well, our top story tonight, a day after the cabinet rejected the proposed sports bill, Sports Minister Ajay Maken is sticking to his stand. In an interview to NDTV just a short while ago, Mr. Maken has said that he will not compromise on bringing the BCCI under the purview of the Right to Information Act. He's also said he will not compromise on 70 years as a cutoff for the retirement for those who head sports bodies. He's also said that if the BCCI puts its accounts in balance sheets, then why are they scared of the Right to Information Act? And significantly, he has also now questioned the source of IPL funds.
You're still smiling after taking on 5 big stalwarts in your government and maybe more? You're still determined to push through this bill?
Absolutely. I'm going to now discuss with people who had opposed this bill, and I am willing to look at this bill afresh and remove any provisions through which they apprehend that the government is trying to take control over these sports federations. I am willing to remove all such provisions. But I am not willing to compromise on transparency issues, on issues of accountability to the people, on issues of basic universal principles of good governance. So on with all these things in place, if they find that any of these provisions in the present set of provisions in the bill is something which tantamounts to taking control over the sports federation, I am willing to remove such provisions.
So let me understand what you're saying. You're saying you're willing to make some changes that point to government control, but you're not willing to compromise on transparency. Absolutely. But there's a problem here. And the problem is thus that many of the people who are objecting to, for example, your proposal to bring BCCI within the RTI ambit. They are saying this would be, in a sense, tantamount to government interference because they do not take any money from the government. And that's what the Supreme Court ruling actually says.
No. The RTI Act very clearly says, Section 2H of the RTI says that any of the non-government organization which takes money directly or indirectly from the government has to come under the RTI. In this case, it is indirectly because all these stadiums which these people have is built on land which is given to them free of cost. And the tax exemptions, income tax exemptions, 4 months ago we had cleared a cabinet proposal by way of which ICC got exemption of to the tune of 50-60 crore rupees. So income tax exemption is also as good as grant in aid. We give entertainment tax exemptions. We provide them police force for organizing these matches, and we do not charge anything from them. So is it not government support? Is it not public money which is being spent on these sports federations? Is it not the public money, the money of the people of India which is going to them? After all, the biggest public function they are doing is they are selecting and sending abroad or within the country also team which is known as India. So if they are selecting team as India, are they not responsible or accountable to Indian citizens as such who want something from them through RTI? We are not saying give information to the government through RTI. We are saying give information to the citizen how you are functioning.
How are you going to avoid RTI applications being filed by people who want to know why Gautam Gambhir was dropped, how he could have been allowed in despite his injury, or Virender Sehwag's ear problems, or the selection process, or why did India perform so badly in England? We can have these kind of RTI applications.
No, it can't be.
How? What will be the safeguards?
RTI doesn't provide for such things. We are more keen that their functioning, administration should be transparent. We are not keen, and people also would not be keen. And if required, I am willing to make such provisions also. I am not too much interested that people should know who is injured and why is someone being selected. What I am more interested and what people would be more interested is how they are utilizing their funds, from where the funds are being funds are coming. After all, the IPL teams, they are auctioned for 2,500 crores. So from where the money is coming and how they are spending the money. Last year alone, the BCCI earned 1,664 crores. This is all public money through telecast rights, through tickets rights. So when they are earning so much of money, people, and that is also public money, people have a right to know where their money is being spent and from where the money is coming. And we have number of complaints. The enforcement agencies are looking at the IPL, and there have been numerous complaints. It is not that they have a clean record in the past.
Very outspoken sports minister there, sticking to his guns. Should the BCCI be more transparent? That's what everyone's talking about today. Do tell us what you think. Well, joining us on the program tonight, we have the Vice President of the BCCI, Mr. Rajiv Shukla, who we'll be speaking to shortly. We'll get his first reactions to that interview. We also have here in the studio with us former cricketer Atul Vasan. We have the political editor of the Hindustan Times, Mr. Vinod Sharma. We have Kalikesh Singh Deo, Lok Sabha MP from the BJD. And from Mumbai, we're joined by cricket writer Sanjay Jha. Let me first come to you, Mr. Rajiv Shukla. We just heard some very strong words there from Mr. Maken. He says, why shouldn't the BCCI come under the purview of the RTI. Your argument has been that the BCCI doesn't take any government money. He's just spelled out that the BCCI gets a lot of concessions from the government, and you have security that you take from the government. There are IT exemptions, tax exemptions, and you also represent the country. India's cricketers represent the country, so people have a right to know how you function.
Well, I would not like to, make my observations what Mr. Ajay Maken has said. He is entitled to make any comment, and it doesn't look nice also to respond to him with in same language. I think it's not appropriate for me. What I would like to urge that whatever objections have been raised, we are already addressed those objections in our system. If anybody wants to know about the account of BCCI or IPL, it's on website. It's available to the entire nation. They can see. And more than that, whatever queries are being raised by member parliaments in parliament, the sports ministry sends those queries to BCCI, and BCCI cooperates in those queries also. They immediately respond to those queries also. So there's no question of hiding or concealing anything. On every AGM, each and every detail of accounts are being handed over to the media. A booklet is published. So as far as transparency is concerned and making nation know of all the details, that's being done. The question is of RTI. Sports ministry can't change the RTI law. RTI, or he says, Barkha has rightly asked those questions, that if Gautam Gambhir gets out or he gets injured, people would ask why he got injured, why he got out. Then he said, I would make the provisions. How can he make provisions in RTI Act?
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.